So you might have noticed for a few days my page was down. It's 100% my fault, but I'm going to tell you how it happened. I do a lot of collabs. Not a lot, but I do enough collabs to when I get the emails, I don't question them now. I just email back and forth and see what they're talking about. Same thing in this scenario. I got two emails, one from Coursera, one from Skillshare, and I didn't think anything of it in the beginning. Coursera was the one that stuck out the most as a red flag because the stuff just wasn't adding up. We were emailing back and forth, smoothing out the fine details, smoothing out the payment, smoothing out what they wanted from me. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then they sent a final email and the font changed. The font got big and it just, the stuff they were saying didn't match what the other emails were saying. Pretty much they wanted my banking information. They were like, let's get your banking information so we can get the payment sent. They was like, we can get half the payment sent now and a half when you're done. And I'm like, I don't know about that. That's kind of weird. I've never exchanged banking information in my emails. So that was already a red flag. And then I Googled the email address. So pivot from the story. If you ever get an email, say you're doing this YouTube or Instagram or wherever you're building your platform, if you're building it and you're getting emails in and you're unsure, there's two things you can do. You can either email the company who's sending it or you can pop that email address into Google. I did the latter. I popped the Coursera email into Google. It led to a Reddit. It led to a subreddit, however you say it. And there was a bunch of people. There was like 20 people that this same scammer had emailed trying to collab and work with them. And it's all, the dude was just trying to farm banking information. That's all he's trying to do. So that was already a no. I blocked the email. I moved on. My second email was from Skillshare. Now, Skillshare did not have the same red flags. Everything was legit, top to bottom. All the emails were professional. There was nothing that stuck out to me. Even to this day, I was looking back at it like, damn, it was really like crazy. And the email on the Skillshare one, I popped it in Google and it led back to a real person that actually worked at Skillshare. So those people set it up pretty good. It was kind of a flawless scam, if you ask me. So I'm emailing back and forth. Now, Skillshare wanted to do integrated ads. They were going to pay me $1,000 to do 10 ads, which is $100 a video. So I'm like, that's fine. We were smoothing out the details and it came time to sign something like a contract. Now, the reason that this didn't throw me for a loop is because I worked with Temu before and Temu did the same thing. And this was Temu's emails back and forth was way more sketchy than what I did recently because Temu didn't get back to me right away. It took like 2 months just to get the Temu one smoothed out. And they sent over some stuff from some links I had to click and sign and contract stuff. So I was like, okay, this is normal, especially for a higher budget. Click the link. It was a link to Adobe Sign. That should have been my first red flag because I ain't never heard of Adobe Sign before. Click the link, Adobe Sign. It opened the link and I clicked this thing. It was like unlock document. And that should have been the second sign because why do I need to unlock it? Clicked unlock document and nothing happened. So I was like, damn, this shit tripping. I closed everything, reset my computer. Opened it back up, did the same thing again, clicked it, nothing happened. A couple minutes passed and my Gmail gets a critical security warning and it says someone has access to your account. I've been getting this email from my computer for like the last few months. So I'm like, okay, this is just whatever's going on is not related. Next email from Google is your password's been changed and then they signed me out. From that point, the next 60 seconds, I got 13 emails. They changed my recovery email. They changed my recovery number. They took my phone off the account. They took my recovery email off the account. They removed anything that I could do to get that account back off the account. Then they uploaded live to my YouTube channel of some I don't even remember what it was, but shout out to Unparalleled Universe because he sent me a screenshot. He was the only one to reach out about like helping. Everybody else was just like, yo, what's going on? But he sent me a screenshot like, bro, what's going on? And I was like, bro, my page got hacked. And he sent me a bunch of resources, a bunch of emails to reach out to, a bunch of numbers to call. He just sent all kind of shit. He was even about to have his wife look for some shit. Major shout out to Wade. I super appreciate it, bro. He stepped up when I was panicking. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. My girl was asleep. I woke her up. She was Googling shit. My mom was Googling shit. I'm Googling shit. I'm just like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So come to the part in the video where I have to tell you what to do if your YouTube channel gets hacked. The only way to get in contact with YouTube is through Twitter. Now, I saw Bigbadtoystore Rex on here. He went through the same thing, but his was a little more intricate than mine because he had to give all kind of information I didn't have to give. He pretty much talked about it on his video, and I'm like, damn, I got to do that. So the only way to get your YouTube channel back if this happens is to contact Team YouTube on Twitter. You hit them up, you give them your URL, they're going to send you a link. You click the link, it's going to have you fill out a little bit of stuff, and they're going to send it to their team, and they take the channel down. That's what happened to me. So YouTube, they went in and saw my channel was compromised. They took the channel down, and then we were in contact for at least 3 or 4 days because this all happened on a Wednesday. They got back to me like Wednesday, like 2 a.m. and then Thursday. It was like 12 hours between the messages in the beginning. So it took about 2 or 3 days for me to actually get to the point where I could put my info in to get my account back. I was nervous too because I wasn't, after watching Barbados Rex video and he was talking about all the stuff he had to do, I didn't have none of the information he had on his end to give to YouTube to get my shit back. But luckily I didn't have to do that. But shout out to YouTube too, because they were like they were answering my messages. Any questions I had, they answered it. They were just available and ready to help me in whatever way I needed, which was crazy because most customer service these days is trash. Sometimes you'll get an email, sometimes you don't. But shout out to them. I didn't think I was going to get this page back. I was ready to start over or not. I was ready to just not do YouTube no more, to be honest, because this whole thing was, even to this day, I don't want to turn my computer on because it's sketchy. But YouTube, they let me recover my account. I got everything back. It took a couple of days to get my channel back. I got my email back pretty fast, but I had to prove some stuff for YouTube, like my location, IP address, and stuff like that, just to get my actual page back. I'm assuming the IP address that was on my account was from the people who were hacking me. So it was crazy. This whole shit was crazy. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Like that, this whole situation has been wild. Please be aware of your online presence. Please be aware of the things you click on, emails you get, and the things you click on in these emails, because you might think it can't happen to you, because I thought it would never happen to me, and it happened. It happened. It will happen. It can happen, and it could go to the left. And if this does happen to you and you don't know what to do, again, Team YouTube on Twitter, best way to get in contact with YouTube. I even called. There's 2 numbers you could call. One is automated, and one is it just rings. The automated one rings to an associate or someone who's supposed to help you. But I called that number, and I was told the guy what happened. He was like, "You got the wrong number." He hung up on me. So that was trash. I don't even know what number that was. It said it was a Google number. So I don't know. It came back to an Indian guy. I'm pretty sure it's outsourced. And he was asleep or busy or whatever, but he hung up in my face. So that was kind of trash. But yeah, Team YouTube on Twitter is the best way to do it. What I was reading, the longer they have your account, the more damage they could do. I'm still kind of iffy on my Wi-Fi because they said they could plant malware and worms and all kind of shit. So I don't know. I've been running a scan on my computer. Every time I turn it on, I scan it, and it tells me there's nothing there, but I just don't trust it. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, hopefully this doesn't happen again. This shit was trash. I'm telling you, this was the worst shit to happen to me in a long time. Like, this shit was terrible. This was almost as bad as the Brainiac head sculpt debacle, even though that got me doxxed. That was crazy. Getting doxxed over that was insane. I got my channel back now, so uploads will resume. I got a bunch of stuff to review, so just look out for that, and hopefully the channel stays up this time. Like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you stick around for all of my shenanigans.